Hey Internet, welcome back to the Easy Riding channel. We have been making an effort to spend more locally instead of Amazon or Walmart or whatever. So we are currently headed to one of a large number of local coffee roasters in Arizona. This one is called Dutchman Coffee in downtown Mesa. We're gonna go see what it's about and we'll let you know what we think. And Emma's here, I promise. Oh wait, we could do the mirror. You can see her in the mirror.
There you go. There's our metal manufacturers.
This place has been here for...
ever.
I mean, it's got to be 40 years now. And apparently they do all right business, but I feel like I've seen some of the statues out there for 30 of those 40 years, so...
Yeah. Although I have started seeing some of the statues around town in other places.
There's Mesa Sales. They used to be in a shop up the road this way. Oh, was it this way behind us?
I think so. I don't know.
Somewhere over here on Main. It was a cluttered mess inside, but they had hoses and gaskets.
Every kind of fabric-y type of notion that you could possibly need or want.
Yeah,
from
it was sort of
vehicle
crazy.
upholstery to furniture upholstery to anything in between. If you needed a random piece of sewing upholstery fabric thing, that's where you went.
I always remember as a kid going there to get gaskets for like the pop-up tent or the edge of a door on the car, or all sorts of stuff like that. That was where we would go to get that sort of stuff.
We got some leather from there.
And then their shop burnt down a couple of years ago and they moved. The second vehicle I ever owned, I purchased from, it was actually inside, I think it was this RV Country. They had the guy that owned the place, his son was selling a S10 Blazer. My dad and I went down and we bought it. That was a great vehicle.
Local motorcycle repair shop is also down Main. Steve's Cycles.
Right here.
Right here. This is where
Yep.
we took Opal to get serviced, and where we'll likely take Mav a couple times, but the guy that works there has done great work on our motorcycles so far.
Yeah, if you're in this area, I highly recommend Steve's. They'll work on everything. They Honda shops won't touch a Goldwing or any Honda bike that's older than 10 years, and Steve's will just keep working on them forever. So, highly recommended. They do good work.
Here's a light rail. So the light rail starts at Gilbert. It's slowly working its way east. The light rail, we have that, and we have just public transit buses that run all over the valley. The big M for Mesa.
Is that what that's for?
Yes, M for Mesa, because we are in downtown Mesa.
I never put it together that that's what that was.
Surprise! There's likely a sign around here that says "Welcome to Mesa."
Was this Sullivan's?
Yeah, it was.
This was the best deep fried ocean food you could have ever found. And it shut down. Yeah, I mean, it's been years now, but Emma and I harp on it still because it was awesome. I didn't realize they crunched it down to a single lane through here.
Well, yeah, it's got light rail. They had to make room for all of that. We don't come down Main Street too often because, one, it became really run down, and then it's starting to kind of come back to life because they've put the light rail and they've really made a push for making downtown Mesa like popular again. And they were doing all the construction here for the longest time, and so it end up in town anymore. We don't spend too much time downtown.
That is where my family and I would go to have pizza after church on Sundays for years and years and get a big old deep dish. As a child, I remember it being awesome, and we tried it a number of years ago, and it's not as awesome. I don't know whether it's because I'm not a kid anymore or whether they changed something, but I was taken here and fired once. Or, I mean, not fired, I guess. Let go. I was working for a company that was out of town, and two guys...
Their company tanked.
Yeah, two guys flew in to acquire the couple of vehicles we had here, and that's where they took us to eat, and me and my brother, and let us go.
They said, the company's no longer working in Arizona. We want our trucks back, and good luck.
Newer shops popping up everywhere. Some real kitschy, fun stuff. There's a place called Inspire Farms up here ahead that is actually pretty cool. It has all sorts of locally sourced grocery and farm feed stuff.
This is Pioneer Park, and this is where my grandpa took me for many, many years as a kid. It used to be called the Train Park.
We're in downtown proper now, by the way.
Yeah, it used to have, well, I think it still does. It has a giant locomotive, an old train at the park where the kids could climb all over.
Pete's Fish and Chips over there. They're still cash only, but it's awesome deep fried fish too. There's that Inspire Farms I was talking about.
Yeah, so you can see there's new buildings going up, new, what are these called? These are apartment buildings.
Yeah, I think these are going to be apartments.
This bank building right here also actually houses Mesa Public Schools offices, and where Zach's mom used to work. She worked at Mesa Public Schools for many, many years.
It's the city center.
Yep, city center. We have the Mesa Arts Center over here. They have lots of fantastic music programs and programs for kids and all kinds of arts. There's a lot of stuff for coffee right there. We have some great museums in downtown Mesa. We have the Dinosaur Museum, which is actually, I think, called the Southwest Museum, but I've always called it the Dinosaur Museum because it is full of dinosaur bones.
There's Milano's over here, which is a music store that's been here for probably 40 years.
Yeah, if you want to
maybe longer.
If you want to rent a instrument from the schools, you go to Milano's. Now to find a place to park.
Let's go see what Lost Dutchman Coffees is about. Target acquired. Let's go roast it up, see what it's like. We're not gonna roast it up because it's roasted. We're gonna grind it up and then brew coffee with it. We have drunk through most of the bag of coffee that we got at Lost Dutchman at this point. The Apache blend was the one we picked up. It's their house coffee, the one they brew in store for people visiting and getting coffee there. They only had a couple of different kinds while we were there. They had sold out apparently of most everything earlier in the day, so we were just late. But the coffee that we got was good. We prefer a dark brew, a dark roast. So this was a medium roast. It wasn't quite up our alley and took a couple of experimental brews to figure out exactly how to brew it to a place where we liked it. But it was a very mild coffee in terms of acidity and bitterness, but it also lacked a lot in flavor, which probably comes from the dark roast versus medium roast thing. So overall, I enjoyed it, and I would definitely go back for other coffees from them. I would give them more shots. So.
For me, the first go was it felt kind of watered down. It wasn't as, I guess, strong as we like it, kind of a thing. And these are just our opinions on how we like to drink coffee. Zach likes to drink his black. I like to drink mine with cream and sugar. There wasn't a lot of acidity to it. It had a very smooth flavor. I could drink it black, which I don't drink coffee black ever. So that was intriguing. The second time around, we brewed it a bit stronger, which also means that we went through the beans faster than we would normally go through them, because we got to use more beans to make it stronger. And the second couple of go-rounds after that were better for me in terms of how it tasted. It had a lot of sweet notes to it, which I like sweet things, and it blended well with all of my various mix-ins and stuff. The shop itself was really cute. It's downtown Mesa at about Center and Main. It gave a nod to our local lore of the Lost Dutchman Prospector, which is an Arizona fable, I guess.
Yeah, legend.
Kind of a thing, a legend. So the shop itself was all dedicated around that. It had plenty of tables and booths and couches that just kind of invited you to come and sit down and hang out for a while. There were lots of people in there that were just tooling around on their computers or listening to music or having coffee with friends. They have coffee and ice cream and some sweet treats like danishes and things like that. The staff was very friendly as well. When we first came in, they were very welcoming and, hi, how are you, and how can I help you, and kind of a thing. And the gal even came out from around back behind the countertop to be like, how can I help you? And we were telling her what we were looking for. She says, I don't know anything about this one, but this is the Apache blend and this is the one we used in-house, and there's more, and there's online, and you can do espressos, and they do all kinds of stuff, and they roast local in Tempe, and have been roasting since, I forgot. It was good though. We liked it. I would definitely get a different bag to try from there in the future, and they have a website. You can go check them out, and we'll post that in the link below.
Here's the future coffees.